So tell me how you began using BJU Press curriculum because I think you used it from the beginning of your children's education through high school.
I did. We started with it. My husband actually wanted to use BJU Press, very badly, and I did not. I'll just say that right up front. I didn't want to. I was a student in some of the material, and, I just thought it was more black and white, which it wasn't, and I learned my lesson after we did some investigating out there and had some disappointments, in our investigation, and I won't go into all those details, but we took a trip out to the press and
To BJU Press.
to BJ
Okay.
Press,
Mhm.
yes,
Mhm.
we went out to Greenville, my husband made arrangements to take us out on that way, and we were visiting some friends, and her daughter went with us to the BJU Press. I had coordinated with a CSR, or I think they
Customer
CS
customer
customer
service
service,
represent
yep,
mhm.
yep, a CSR, and I had called her and said, "Hey, I'd really like to come and see what we're getting into to make sure this is a good fit for our family." And I didn't tell her about any bad experiences that I'd had other places or anything. I just said, "This is what we wanna do, and I wanna see it all." So, she said, "Well, you let me know when you're here, and I'll meet up with you." So we got to the gate at the university, and the university called over to BJU Press, let her know we were there. She treated our whole family and my friends to, lunch in the staff dining commons over there at the university, and then she took us on a complete tour. We got there about 11:30. She took us on a complete tour of the university. We got to watch some, um, movies or presentation about the university. We got to see where some of the films were made, and then she took us on a tour of the press, and we got to see the books being created and made and the artwork and the folks that did the artwork within the books and, the authors who are putting, the resources and pulling all the resources. We got to see everything, and she spent from 11 o'clock until 5:30 that day with us. A
Okay, so
long
alright,
time.
so let's I wanna back up on this a little bit because you were just a young mom. It's
Exactly.
not like you were working for BJU Press at that point
No,
in time.
no.
You had, gone and visited other publishers,
Uh-huh,
and you were there just trying to do your due diligence and finding out what would work best for your children,
right.
and so it's so amazing that they rolled out the red carpet to you like that because I mean, this is no bad reflection on you, but you weren't an
No,
important
well,
person in the
no,
homeschooling
I
community.
didn't I did I had some friends that graduated from the university out there, but I had never really been there, um, other than a graduation, and we wanted to lock in because, I said earlier that I moved from place to place as a child, and every time we moved, I was put in another school, and so that was a change in curriculum, and there were gaps in my own education, and I wanted to lock in. I didn't wanna look back. I wanted consistency for my kids. And so when we got there and she rolled out the red carpet for us, I mean, and I don't know that this is something they always did. It was just something I requested. I wanted to see what we were gonna be getting into. By the end of the tour, the president of the press at that point came out, and I had literally tears rolling down my cheek because I felt so loved and so impressed with how they spent the time to help this young homeschool mom who was a little afraid of stepping into this journey and wanted to make sure she wasn't, keeping her kids from something that they needed, wanted to make sure I was giving everything that I could possibly give to my child's education. But I had tears rolling down my face, and I reached up and shook the president at the time, his hand, and I said, "Thank you so much for allowing her to step away from her post to spend time with us. You have got a customer for the life of our children's education."